Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another end of the week Sabbath day class. I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Benaiah.
We are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel, and always, it's an honor, it's a privilege, as always, to come before you to give you another edifying and uplifting lesson. Today is no different, but we want to welcome everybody who's tuning in, who's watching, who will tune in and watch. And we want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son, who the world calls Christ. And through his strength, sacrifice, and example, we are all able to be here today to be uplifted and edified in the spirit. So once again, we wanted to give a shout out to you brothers and sisters who are tuning in, and a shout out to the Most High for allowing us all to make it throughout the week and make it on this call, to be edified. But in all things, in all seriousness, we appreciate you, brothers and sisters, for enduring day in and day out, week in and week out. Together we gonna make it up out of here. But together we got to work together to do these things, and that's why we do these classes week in and week out, to help uplift our brothers and sisters, to let them know what's going on and what we must do in this world. So today is no different, and today's class is called Teacher Strips for Elementary. Babylon sinks too low to return with Bill Gates' secret plots to kill. And I know it sounds kind of outrageous or a long title or whatnot, but you got to give it to you just like that. Everything we talking about is going into what that title says. Current events, so to speak. But nonetheless, make sure that you're taking notes. Make sure that you hit that like button. Follow along. Don't just sit there and nod your head, but pay attention and jot down the things that we talking about. Pay attention, because these are the things that are going on in our world today. And if you got your head down just looking at your phone, you'll be distracted. You won't know what's going on. And the Lord told us to look up in these times, because our salvation draweth nigh, meaning our salvation is right around the corner. So we got to stay diligent, and we got to be paying attention to the things that's going on around us. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. All right. So first thing I want to put on the screen to show you is dealing with the economy, right? Well, now, you know what? I'm going to go into this teacher thing right quick. All right. Bear with me. Let's see here. Where did he go? Okay. Lock it, Israel. All right. Go back to this. All right. Now, if you pay attention to the media, to the news media, you'll see this brother quite a bit. He's a brother that's strong-willed and is not afraid to speak his mind. But these are the things, this incident that he's speaking on is something that we have to pay attention to, because as we all know, as this world continues to grow and go, things become to be more and more out of order than ever. There are more and more out of order, more now today than ever. And this video is going to explain it. All right, let's make sure it's on the screen. All right.
You really can't make this stuff up. It is absolutely appalling, shameful, and frightening that these are the type of educators that are in an elementary school teaching our children. But now we got a teacher in the classroom on school hours, stripping down butt naked, bending over and showing everything on the video, and all you could see was cellulite hanging in pubic hair. This is a disgrace and a shame that this is the type of educator and teacher that is in the classroom. And she made multiple videos. Yes, the district was unaware until we brought this to their attention. If she would do this in the classroom, what else will she do? This woman obviously had lost her damn mind. She needs psychotropic medication. She pulls out her breasts and she's juggling them. Look like she's about to fall over. Then she bends over and pulls down her panties. spreads her cheeks. I'm not lying. I'm telling you what's on the video. Spreads her cheeks. This is madness. This woman should never, ever be allowed to be an educator. This woman should never be allowed to work around children ever again. And I believe that if a thorough investigation takes place, you can find something criminally to bring her into a courtroom for, because I've seen law enforcement put parents in courtrooms for far much less than this. If we can put Donald Trump in the courtroom and find something to prosecute him for, don't tell me we can't find something to prosecute this woman for. This is sad. This is madness. This is filth at its finest.
Period. You know, this is not a place for that. You do not sexualize our children. You don't come with that sexualized type behavior on any type of school campus. You keep that mess in your bedroom. So, like I said, your porn days is over, sis. You're doing too much.
You see that? Now I know you kind of shocked seeing it, wondering, wow, is this really going on in schools? Well, if you pay attention to the things that are actually going on in this world, you will see that this type of behavior is actually going on more and more and more. And it's unexplainable. But yet it's still amping up more and more. You know, you got it started when I'm gonna say a little bit younger than a little while when we were young as kids. You know, you would see teachers sleeping around with the kids, with the students. Some of the female teachers would end up pregnant by 6th and 7th graders, you know. But they doing it more and more nowadays than ever, you know. But you got to be mindful of what's going on. What are they teaching your kids? If they doing this in class, she got the SpongeBob and whatever the dude name is on her shirt. You know, she's actually in these schools teaching our kids and has no shame whatsoever to go in there and bend over backwards to strip down in front of students at a school on a cell phone recording it. Don't give a damn. These are the things we got to be mindful of. Let me go to this article right quick. Bear with me, Israel. All right, so this happened in Texas, for those who don't know. It says Texas teacher took sexually explicit videos of herself at school. Viral video shows music teacher Adrian Harbaugh shaking bare body parts while at Gray Elementary in Lamar College Consolidated ISD. This was on May 30th. Having a good time doing it at an elementary school. Can you read that, King?
Yeah. Texas scorecard. A Houston area elementary school teacher filmed sexually explicit video of herself while on campus during school hours, and community leaders are demanding that her teaching certificate be revoked. Adrian Harbaugh was a music teacher at Gray Elementary School in Lamar Consolidated Independent School District in Fort Bend County near Houston. Harbaugh can be seen in 2 videos shaking her bare breasts and buttocks while in a classroom and a bathroom at the school. Harbaugh's school ID badge with her name printed on it is also visible. Censored versions of the video, first posted by Grizzly Hood News under the title "Teacher Gone Wild," have gone viral on the internet. "You really can't make this stuff up," said Cornell X during a press conference Wednesday outside the school with fellow community activist Candace Matthews. Matthews said she confirmed Harbaugh's identity with district officials who told Harbaugh was no longer employed by the district for the reason unrelated to the videos.
For reasons unrelated to the video. So she got fired for something else. Ain't no telling what she could have did possibly to get fired. But she was fired for reasons unrelated to the video. So you got to take into accountability the requirements or the background checks that these people actually do to hire people to quote unquote teach your kids. You got to be mindful of what's actually going on because they'll have you believing that their school systems are the best. That's the only way you're going to get a good education, but they're not even screening or checking behind the behavior of these teachers that they hire, you know. But they'll force your child to go to these schools. And if you don't show up, they'll have you arrested if the child is not showing up to school. But you got teachers in there doing things that like this, you know. It says, can you read on?
Yeah. The administration had no idea of the videos, she said. Matthews said district administrators did not want her to make details of the video public because they did not want the community to feel like they weren't doing their job.
So they didn't want them to bring the details or bring it out, so to speak, to show that they weren't doing their job because you wasn't doing your job. If that teacher felt like she could do that, that means other things were going on in that school. You know?
Now that you know about the video, now we expect for you to do your job. We expect for you to go to the Texas Education Agency. We expect for you to put a block on this teacher so this teacher cannot go to another school and do this type of foolishness. This can be the same type of teacher that can touch a child, she said. This is how demented teachers are, Salaki. This is how demented teachers go from one district to the next. She added. So that's why we are calling this out. We are not going to sweep this under the rug.
See that? And that's the same thing that they do for these police officers as well. They go in there and beat up on they get a couple of cases, a couple of complaints. They beating up on folks, mainly our people, locking them up, jamming them up, and get complaints put on them, and they'll transfer them to another damn police precinct. Same thing with these teachers. Just transfer them to another school and nobody knows nothing, you know. So they was blowing a whistle on them, making sure that this type of behavior is not swept up under the rug. But we bringing this out for what reason? So that you parents, us as Israelites, realize and understand what is actually going on in these last days, so that we do not continue to trust in oppression. Because sending our children to these institutions is oppression. It's like we have to get up and go to these jobs. That is oppression. But we have to be mindful of what's going on. Can't just trust in them just because their face or their name is on the school and we think it holds weight, you know, trying to get their degree or whatever the case. Hey, we got to realize what's actually going on. We have a base people, demented people, a wicked people ruling over us. And we believe that their system or their curriculum is going to actually make us smart or wise or raise us up as a nation of people. They demented. And we reading about this. But just wanted to bring that out. Did you have something you want to add, King?
Yeah, let me get this precept. It says Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. You know, a lot of our people they put their trust in these school systems. That's why you tell children from a youth, hey, I want you to go to school, make straight A's, go to college, make straight A's, right? And everybody that's teaching them in those school systems, you put your trust in them. All you got to do is meet them one time at orientation, and you cool with that, you know. And next thing you know, they doing stuff like this in the school, or teachers like this are teaching your kids at school for 8 hours. You know,
right?
What you got?
8 hours. That's a lot of indoctrination going on right there. You know, that's a good point right there. Majority of our kids is actually at school with these individuals longer than they are at home with us. So think about that. Keep that in mind. You need to be active and paying attention to the things that are being told to your child, and how they are digesting it. you know. But let me get a precept as well. Let me get Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And it reads, and because iniquity, meaning sin, shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So this talking about in the last days, because iniquity shall abound, meaning sin. The more sins that are allowed to go on, the more sin that is committed, the love of many shall wax cold, meaning there ain't gonna be no love. It will not be any type of love in these last days. You know what I'm saying? So these teachers that we used to grow up with, you know, these teachers used to be in their 50s and 60s in there teaching the kids. Now they 20 years old, 23, 25, whatever the case, they in straight out of college, still smoking weed, popping pills, getting drunk, having a good time, and they end up wilding out in front of the kids. And because ain't nothing being said or done about these things, hey, the love of many will wax cold. So she ain't having no love for herself or for those students or for her family, you know, by doing that. By her doing that and showing those type of actions, she has no respect nor love for herself nor her family. Straight embarrassment, you know, and for that school. But because iniquity or sin abound, that's why this is happening. All right. So from there, I'm gonna go to another topic, and this is something that we all see quite a bit. If you haven't, that means your head is in your phone. Your head is in your lap. You know, you're looking down too much. You're not looking up and looking around to see what's actually going on. And this is going into Babylon actually beginning to fall in those once prominent businesses that we all seen and grew in love in captivity are starting to fade away. You know, years ago, you seen a big mogul like Kmart fell away, disappeared. You know, nowadays you seen the Burger Kings, they disappearing. Everywhere I look, the Burger Kings are shut down. You know, what is it? Red Lobster just filed for bankruptcy. You know, a lot of these different restaurants that had big prominent names are now falling to the wayside, along with some of these big companies that are in retail. They fall into the wayside. So we're gonna read this article right quick. It says ex fast food CEO predicts more restaurants will close nationwide over higher prices. And this the former Carl's Jr. Hardage leader says he wouldn't work in the industry today. All right. Let's see. It says, can you read it?
Yep. Scroll up just a little bit.
What happened? Okay. Yeah, right there would say with.
Yes, sir. With franchise and restaurant owners confronting a delicate. Okay.
Wow. Bear with me right quick.
Yes, sir. And like he was saying, like, hey, this is the downfall of Babylon. Hey, the grinding is gonna get lower and lower, as the scriptures say. A lot of jobs are gonna go off the market, you know, and it's a lot of people. You think about it, a lot of these people are employed at these restaurants. That means the people are losing their jobs too, you know. So the economy is dropping, the prices are going up, inflation is getting higher, jobs are firing people. Next thing you know, hey, that'll be another recession.
Right.
And if another one comes, we already know what time that is. Right. It says with franchise and restaurant owners confronting a delicate balancing act between higher menu prices and labor costs. One former industry leader is concerned more doors are preparing to close nationwide.
Nationwide. So this ain't just a statewide or citywide. It said nationwide.
That's right. There will be a lot of restaurants underperforming. Middle performing restaurants are going to go away. Very good performing restaurants will become midland or low performing restaurants. Former CKE restaurants, CEO, parent of Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, Andy Puzzler said Tuesdays on Varney and CO.
All right. So he said a lot of these restaurants are underperforming. You know, if you in our age bracket, if you I'm gonna just say 30 and up, all right, you will understand back in the day how a restaurant like Burger King, even McDonald's is disgusting as it is. These restaurants used to have a totally different taste to the foods. You know, everything tasted better 30, 40 years ago. But because of how the society is growing and how they're trying to take shortcuts with everything, and education isn't on the same level as it used to be, uh, everything is underperforming. You can see it at your jobs today. Everything is taking a nosedive. It don't matter what industry you working in, everything is taking a nosedive. You know what I'm saying? Underperforming. And because of these things, you're gonna see a lot of things happen where these people are forced to close their doors. These restaurants and these businesses start to shut down. The food prices continue to hike or raise up, while nobody's getting their pay raised up, but all the prices of everything are being raised up. Your bills are becoming higher and higher or raised up. Everything is out of whack, is out of balance right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's prophecy of what's supposed to be happening as the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. As we begin to wake up, this economy, Babylon, has to fall, because you can't have righteousness in the mix with unrighteousness. One of them got to go. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why these other nations were in the position they in now, where they ruling over us, is because we broke the commandments as a nation. Therefore, this whole world that we living in right now is out of order. But let's keep reading on some more of this article, King.
Right. As more restaurants close, there'll be more customers for fewer restaurants, he continued. But people just can't afford these prices. And there's only so much you can do to reduce prices. A recent analyst from Fox News Digital broke down the dramatically rising fast food prices that began even before the COVID-19 pandemic at the most popular restaurant chains across the country.
See that? All right.
The McDonald's Big Mac, for example, cost $3.99 in 2019. Now that price is more than doubled to $8.29, according to fast food menu prices and online tracker.
See that? How in the hell a burger that ain't even real went from $3.99 to $8.29? Think about that. I mean, when we were coming up, you can get a Big Mac for 99 cents. Now it's damn near $8. And the food is worse. It don't even taste the same. You know? Think about that. Read on.
Subway's long advertised $5 foot long sandwiches are no more as a BLT foot long that cost $5.50 in 2019 now costs customers $8.49 in 2024. Though prices may vary by location, additionally, Chipotle beloved chicken burrito that cost $6.50 in 2019 now runs customers $10.70.
You see that? I'll give you another example of how things have changed. Just think about for you, anybody that's over 30, all right, 10, 20 years ago, well, I'm gonna say years ago, minimum wage used to be under $7. It used to be, I know when I was coming up, it was $5.25 minimum wage. Minimum wage now is like $15, $16 now. That's minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? Damn near $20. They making $15 to $20 working at fast food restaurant. Think about that. Now a burrito that used to cost $6.50 is $10.70. How? Where did it actually change? You'll never get a straight answer when dealing with Esau, though. Understand it. Read on.
I was talking to a fast food chain CEO about a week ago, and he was saying they're going to take all of their ordering at the drive-through with a professional order takers. So like with professional order takers in India or in the Philippines. It won't be anybody in the restaurant that takes your order, Puzzer said. They're doing anything they can to reduce costs so they don't have to raise prices. But there's so much pressure, particularly in California.
Did you hear that? That article said that these CEO, these fast food restaurants, gonna start having people overseas take your order and drive through. While people that actually live in the city are working in the restaurant, but they gonna have somebody overseas taking your order. That live in India or that live in the Philippines.
Damn. It sound like
That's
you
just like
calling
when you
it'll sound like you calling T-Mobile or something.
that's what I was just going to go into. You try to call Spectrum or some of these cable companies, you call them and you talking to somebody in the damn Philippines. Can't understand nothing they saying, but they dealing with your customer service. Read on.
The Golden State saw a 20 minimum Salaki. The Golden State saw a $20 minimum wage mandate go into effect last month, impacting restaurants that have had at least 60 locations nationwide, except those that make and sell their own bread.
See that? So in California, the Golden State, where you get the Golden State Warriors, California, they had put $20 as a minimum wage mandate. That was law put in place there. 60 locations nationwide had a great impact. You know, and they got a chart right here showing you. Let me see. Damn, that's crazy. Can y'all see that good? Lord, where you can, but
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let me go back to it. Showing you how fries from McDonald's used to be $1.79. Now they $4.79. This got to be in California because that ain't here. But just imagine that. Going to get a Big Mac is $12.69 in California. Unbelievable. So eventually this economy is going to crash. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The way that they hold or handle business is unreal. What the hell just happened? But just be prepared for these things. You got anything you want to bring out on this, King?
No, you got it, bro.
Okay. So this is just not only this, and it's also happening in the what is it, the real estate market. You know, going to buy your houses. You know, buying a house now is that. I think I was listening to the news the other day, and it was saying the average household now is $400,000. That's the average price for a house now, $400,000. You know, so not only are the food raising up, the price raising up, the gas is raising, the price is being raised above market value. So are the housing market. So people won't be able to feed themselves. I mean, the milk, the egg, the chicken wings, all of those things are above market value due to inflation. So you won't be able to feed yourself after a while. We won't. Our people, this economy is going to crash. You know, we've seen it in times past how certain things have affected the economy, but it all crashed, and they will believe in their mind that it will all straighten itself out. Stock market keep going down, crashing, and whatnot, and they believe that it will consistently straighten itself out, and everything will continue to be as it used to be. But as we see throughout time, things do not go back to what they used to be. Back in 2000, gas used to be under $1. for a gallon of gas. After 9/11 happened, hey, you never seen that price again. You used to be able to go get a gallon of milk for $1. You ain't never seen them prices again. Everything is continued to rise. People are making more money, but everything costs more. Same material, if not a cheaper material, but they raising the prices on everything. You know? So just keep your mind focused on that and understand that this economy is slowly but surely starting to crash. And when you start looking around while you drive around, going back and forth to work or doing what it is that you do, pay attention and watch and see how these businesses that used to be there or have been there for decades, they're no longer there. You're starting to close. So the things that you once valued, they will not be there anymore. But just wanted to bring that out. All right, moving on to the next article. Let's see. This is you know what month is coming up this month? In June. They call it Pride Month. But this is something that they trying to do right here, which is mind-blowing. They try to push this at any opportunity that they have. It says Peacock, this is a streaming network, Peacock, is launching Queer Planet, animal documentary in honor of Pride Month. You can't make this up. See that? They trying to make this month, which is Pride Month, they gonna make it Queer Planet instead of Animal Planet. They got pictures of two penguins standing together. So they're gonna try at every effort that they can to push this abominable mindset on our people and the kids, the youth. Because 9 times out of 10, the youth is gonna be watching these shows. You know, most of us adults, we ain't got time for real. We going back and forth to the plantation. We ain't got time to do too much else. But Peacock is launching a Queer Planet documentary on, what did it say, in honor of Pride Month. So that's wicked as hell right there. You got to be mindful of this.
And it's crazy. Like, yeah, I was just gonna make a little point. You know, Netflix did that a couple years ago, but they have like an actual Pride, a Pride category. You know how you go on Netflix or a Disney Channel and you can click on comedies or family movies. You actually have Pride categories that you can go on and watch Pride or queer movies. You see what I'm saying?
Damn.
So they not only trying to have this on one app or one platform, they trying to make this worldwide. That's why you see them going over to Africa or all these other different Eastern countries trying to push homosexuality over there to try to get the entire world on it. You know, they don't want to just stop right here in Babylon, in wicked Babylon. They don't want to just stop in Sin City. They want to take this thing national. You know, they have polluted the damn rainbow. The rainbow was made for a covenant between God and man. You know?
Right.
So they are taking this thing and just polluting it all the way across the board. That's why the Lord said, who turned the truth of God into a lie and served the creature more than the creator. But you got it, King.
That's right. Let me get the book of Isaiah chapter 1 verse 9. And it reads, except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have all been as Sodom, and we should have all been like unto Gomorrah. So you brothers and sisters who are new to this truth or have been in this truth for a while, understand that we being a small remnant, that 1/3 who are waking up, Lord willing, you know, that we hope that we are part of the hopeful elect. But that small remnant that the Lord has preserved, he said, if he hadn't had that small remnant, we should have all been in Sodom and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. That's Isaiah chapter 1 and 9. So a small remnant of our people, we ain't going to go for that. We going to rebel against that. We going to despise these type of actions. But the other individuals, the 2/3 of our people and the other nations, they right on board with this. They have no problem with this. No problem whatsoever. That's why they can do these type of things and nobody says anything. People are scared to speak against these things, you know. But as we seen in the first article, you got a teacher that's stripping basically in the elementary school, and the school would want to act like ain't nothing happened. Hey, just sweep that under the rug, because we don't want you to make it look like we ain't doing our job. They just hush on that. But the Lord said if it wasn't for the small remnant that he had preserved, we would have all been like Sodom and Gomorrah, you know? So we got to be mindful of this as well, how these TV networks and stations, how far they will go to try to push this narrative on our kids, on the youth, to influence their mind and manipulate them. We must stay aware of what's going on. That's why we bringing these classes out, or bringing this class out in particular. You got something you want to bring out, King?
Okay. Let me get Sirach chapter 16 and verse number 8. Right. Book of Sirach chapter 16 and verse number 8. Neither spared he the place where lots were joined, but abhorred them for their pride. Right. So the Lord didn't spare Sodom and Gomorrah because he abhorred them for their pride, right? You know, hey, why do you think they call it Pride Month?
Damn.
You know, they get this from the scriptures, man. Right? They do everything to rebel against the Most High. You know, the Lord said that Esau is the most rebellious nation on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it says again, neither spared he the place where lots were joined, but abhorred them for their pride. So that's something that God hates. The Lord said he abhorred them for their pride, you know,
right.
Ultimately for their disobedience into the Most High God's laws. Because in the law, it says that 2 men or 2 women should not lay down with one another. That's an abomination, right? So guess what? When they start to go outside of that, they become prideful, you know, because they say they're better than God's laws, right? I can do what I want to do. You know, that's the type of mindset that the heathen have, right? But you got it, King.
All right, let me get another one right quick. Shalom, King. This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 6. It says, in turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So Sodom and Gomorrah was an example to those individuals, when you read that story, of individuals that wanted to live ungodly, just like it is here today in this land. That's why we understand and know that Babylon will be destroyed, because they are an example, just like I think that's Revelation 11 and 8. Spiritually, this place is Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, Sodom and Egypt.
Okay.
You know, but it says, and the turning of the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those after should live ungodly. So the Lord was using that as an example to say, hey, if you want to live like this, this is the result that's coming afterwards. In America, obviously, they didn't get the memo, you know. So they're going to get dealt with in the same fashion, you know. But, brother, you cool? You want to add something?
Come on, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy how society got us going off, man. You know, really. I'm looking at it, said Peacock launching Queer Planet, man. You know, animal documentary in honor of Pride. But this is, you got to realize we live in the last days, man. I mean, no lie. As the scripture says that we are waxing worse and worse as a people. And it don't get no more worse than that when you try to bring animals together. Like they're not wicked as people, as human. You know, I've never seen a gay animal, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know, they do little characteristics where they go off a little bit here and there. But for the most part, no, they're not doing all that, man, like humans do. But That's how you know that this society is given over to these wicked people, man. These prideful people that the brother was bringing out. You know what I'm saying? They got that pride on them. And Esau, I mean, he's with every type of wickedness that he can, you know, that he can fathom up. Anything that he can throw up in society, throw up in the world, he for it, man. Like it's weird. Queer planet, man. It don't get no more weird than that, man.
Right.
See, they like we say, they're trying to take it nationwide. They're trying to bring it to the animals as well, man.
Damn.
You know, they trying to bring it to the animals. Probably get animals in the lab, try to experiment with them, leave them in there for a year to 2 months, or bring them in there during breeding season, 2 males. You know,
right.
That's the type of things they do. You know, but you got it, bro.
Try to make you gay. Wow. That's what we dealing with, though, Israel. All right. Want to go to this next article. Let me see. Is this the one I need? All right. This is an article found on End Time Headlines. It says, why is Bill Gates breeding millions of mosquitoes? Now, if anybody knows anything about Bill Gates, you know him from being the owner, founder, or CEO of Microsoft Computers. Why is this guy breeding mosquitoes? How does he transfer himself from that industry to breeding mosquitoes? Why? Where does that come from? Is he really doing these things? Let's look into it a little bit. Let's see if I can blow that up a little bit. All right. Can y'all read it? Somebody?
Yeah, it says, you got it, bro.
Okay. It says opinion. Bill Gates wants to transform Earth into the kind of hellscape that belongs in Dante. For example, his fixation with mass breeding mosquitoes pulses with a scheming mind that surely can't be benevolent.
When it
It
said
says,
belongs in Dante, Dante is a volcano. Now, if you read, it's a movie they came out with back in the 90s, I believe. It's called Dante's Peak, but it was a volcano. So it was like he trying to transform the earth into a kind of hellscape that belongs in Dante, in a volcano, and bringing it to hell basically in a handbasket. But read on.
Con. It says Wall Street Silver recently connected a supposed looming mosquito-borne pandemic to Gates. It says over enthusiastic farming of mosquitoes. Here's a video from the Bill Gates YouTube account describing the mosquito factory in Medellin, Colombia, where scientists work long hours in mugging labs, breeding millions and millions of mosquitoes. It says Gates claimed the project aims to outsmart the world's deadliest animals throughout a slick, flawless 3-part blog post. Gates, or the PR team in charge of his output, makes the case for this world mosquito program.
Right.
For his world mosquito program.
Now, I'm going to go to this other article. It's called Gates Notes, the blog of Bill Gates, by Bill Gates. All right. It said this factory breeds 30 million mosquitoes per week. Here's why. These mosquitoes are allies in the fight against dengue and other deadly viruses. So understand what that title said. This factory that he owns is breeding 30 million mosquitoes per week. All right. It said inside a 2-story brick building in Medellin, Colombia, scientists work long hours in muggy labs breeding millions and millions of mosquitoes. They tend to the insects' every need as they grow from larva to pupa to adults. keeping the temperature just right and feeding them the generous helpings of fish meal, sugar, and of course blood. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Then they release them across the country with wild mosquitoes that can carry dengue and other viruses, threatening to sicken and kill the population of Colombia. This might sound like the beginning of a Hollywood writer's horror film plot, but it's not. The factory is real. This is Bill Gates writing this. All right. And the mosquitoes are being released don't terrorize the local population. Far from it. They're actually helping to save and improve millions of lives. Now, if you believe that, you truly do trust in oppression. But let me put this video on the screen right quick. All right, bear with me so I can get the sound with it. Where did it go? Okay.
It's wicked as hell, man.
Telling you, bro. Man, let me bring something out.
All right.
Go ahead.
You got it, brother.
You should go ahead, King.
Oh, you got it, bro.
Hi, I'm Scott O'Neill here in Medellin, Colombia today, and I'm at the world's biggest mosquito factory for the World Mosquito Program. We're making in here 30 million mosquitoes a week.
That is crazy, man, that they actually got a factory. And he walking in there like he getting ready to walk in the Ford or Mercedes or something. Come on, man.
Oh, stop.
Dang.
Hi, I'm Scott O'Neill here in Medellin, Colombia today, and I'm at the world's biggest mosquito factory for the World Mosquito Program. We're making in here 30 million mosquitoes a week. Come and have a look. We're doing it for a very serious reason. Cities like Medellin have suffered from diseases like dengue, Zika, chikungunya for decades, but not anymore. We've been able to bring the solution of Wolbachia mosquitoes to this city. When this bacteria called Wolbachia gets introduced into the mosquito, it stops their ability to transmit dengue. We release mosquitoes that have Wolbachia, and then they go and mate, and Wolbachia gets passed into the wild mosquito population. If we're going to control these diseases in all the tropical cities of the world, it's going to require a lot of mosquitoes. The mosquito life cycle starts with the egg, and in this room, we've got a lot of eggs. Each one of these strips, these tiny black dots, are up to 10,000 mosquito eggs. Across all of these strips, about 1.5 million dried eggs waiting to hatch. In this tray, we've got the newly hatched eggs. They're little larvae, so small you can hardly see them. They're going to sit in here for a few days and eat and get bigger until they look like these ones over here. They're starting to turn into pupae. We're wanting to do the next step of sorting the males from the females. We want to do that so we can manipulate the sex ratio in the cages to be more female than male.
Did you hear that? If they doing that with mosquitoes, you don't think they doing that with humans? He said they want to manipulate. And I wanted to ask the question where they get these eggs from. Think about that. Listen to it again.
Get bigger until they look like these ones over here. They're starting to turn into pupae. We're wanting to do the next step of sorting the males from the females. We want to do that so we can manipulate the sex ratio in the cages to be more female than male. The bottom ones along here are the boys, and the ones at the top are the girls. They're bigger. From here, they're going into the adult cages.
Now, I want to ask our people out there, who actually thinks like that? Huh? What the wicked? You know what I'm saying? The average everyday man, or especially the Israelite brother and sister, we ain't thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? But they in there thinking about how to manipulate to make more females than males, how to separate them, how to code them a certain way, how to genetically modify them to be a certain way. We are not thinking like that. You know, the scriptures speak on that. I don't know. I'm gonna get that scripture. I'm gonna let that.
And real quick, speaking on manipulation, you know, Esau, he liked to do what's called controlled chaos, right? So there's no telling where this Zika virus came from. All these diseases they trying to talk about stopping, there's no telling where it started from, right? And I bet if we look into it, we'll probably find out that he might be the creator of it. You know, just like the thing that we had in 2020. You know,
Right.
all of a sudden it broke out. We don't know where this disease come from. We're trying to figure it out. But meanwhile, the creator of the 2020 thing that everybody knows about, it came from from Esau. And that same Edomite was standing next to your president telling you to put something over your face.
Right.
Right. Come.
So, hey, it's a controlled chaos a lot of times when you look at that. Just like a lot of these nations go into uproar, you looking like, why would these third world countries go and kill each other, have a civil war against each other? A lot of times it come back down and boil back down to Esau starting that. So we always have to dig deep into the different things that Esau has his hands in, right? Because we might find out that his hands are dirty, right? What you got it, King?
That's right. And,
Right, but
go ahead, King.
No. I was just gonna say, yeah, you're right about that, man. Because the more and more we research the wicked, we begin to find out all his wicked deeds, all his wicked works, man. Like it don't take much. It don't take much, man. Because it's like what they say, follow the paper trail. When you start following the paper trail on Esau, you start to pick up all type of things, man. Damn, he did this. Damn, he went this far. Like you said earlier, like who thinks like that, man? How diabolical do you have to be to think about getting mosquitoes to vaccinate people, man? Like get a lab of mosquitoes, man. It's wicked as hell, bro. Yo, man. Wait, go ahead, King. I had the scripture. I'll bring it out later.
Bring out Psalms chapter 64, verse 6. It says, they search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and their heart is deep. So the Lord is saying their mindset is not like ours. They think deep on every damn thing. You know, I use this as an example quite a bit. You know, if we look up and say, wow, that's a beautiful sky. Look how blue it is. Esau ain't looking at that. Esau looking at what I want to know what makes it blue. You know, what atoms, what elements were used. Let's make up some elements to teach the world and say that's how we figured it out to be blue. That's why it's blue. You know, they can't just look and say, wow, that's nice. Their thoughts are deep. Just like we're saying, how in the hell is this possible for them to be thinking on how to create more females than males and make them where they are sterile, or that they told a damn so-called remedy and give it to other mosquitoes to make them sterile where they ain't able to pass it. But as the brother was saying, they created it in a lab. They create the problem and then try to sell you the solution at the same time. That's a wicked thought process.
No, and like you said, they try to search out things that are too deep. Like like you say, why is the sky blue? They want to fly in the air and then get a sample of the sky, scrape the damn top of the firmament, and get a sample. You know, why are these Negroes so strong? You know what? Let's test them too. Let's find out why they're so strong. Oh, they're God chosen people. Let's do experiments on them. See that? They experiment on us they experiment on the entire world, right?
Right.
That's why the earth is not at rest right now. That's why the Lord said when they're gone, the earth will be at rest. The trees gonna sing out. You know, the whole earth is gonna be at rest. The air is not gonna be polluted no more once they're gone. You know, so it's like when you look at it, the cancer in the earth that has to be removed. Once that is gone, the whole body gonna be able to function correctly.
That's right.
God.
That's right. And you know, just like today, you know, a lot of us, we don't want to seek the root cause of anything. And we know through the scriptures that Esau is the root cause of everything. Just like the brother going into when Esau, the cancer is cut out the earth, then everything else is going to rejoice. You know what I'm saying? But you can keep playing this video right quick.
We have adults that we continuously grow in what we call our brood stock. And then over here, we have the mass-produced mosquitoes getting ready to give us the eggs to go out directly into the field. It's crazy how they sound. You might wonder, what do we feed all these mosquitoes here? Well, I can tell you, we've got the good stuff in here. On the top shelf, literally, we've got the blood. They love it. Once the mosquitoes are grown, they're ready to go out into the field.
You see how he skipped over that. What type of blood he got in there? You know? Whose blood? Is that human blood? Is that a damn pig blood? Whose blood is that you feed to these mosquitoes? You know? Wicked as hell.
The first way is to get the eggs and package them in a gelatin capsule with food. Voila. There's 300 eggs in here and enough food for the mosquitoes to be able to grow. They just need to be dropped in water.
Dropped in water. So why you think they went to Colombia? Why they ain't doing it in the United States? That's the question right there. Why they went way over there to do that? Probably because it ain't legal here. But why did they go there? With a lot of our Israelite brothers and sisters at it. That's why. But they say they over there trying to get rid of certain diseases from other mosquitoes. You believe that if you want to.
The other approach is to take the adults themselves. Here we have 300, and they can be released off the back of a motorbike.
Oh, hell no. Damn, they got your Uber driver dropping off mosquitoes, man.
Damn.
Look at that. Let me run that back, man.
In water. The other approach is to take the adults themselves. Here we have 300, and they can be released off the back of a motorbike. Get up! Or even packaged into a drone for aerial release. Over half the world's population is currently suffering or at risk of contracting these diseases. We have a solution, and our goal is to scale and deliver it to communities around the world that need it.
Hey, now, brother, pause it real quick. Now, just like their pharmaceutical companies, right? When they say it heals your knee, your arthritis, it cures this disease, and then a lot of times you hear the side effects that come behind it. Now, what are the side effects? You know, it might wipe out an entire nation, might kill your grandma, your aunties over the age of 70. Right. You know, where is that? Where's the side effects that go with it? Why they didn't bring that out?
That's a good question, King. And I went and I actually looked into an article on that. Said the pros and cons of genetically modified mosquitoes. All right. Why is this on the screen? Let me go down right quick. Talks about the pros. We want to see the cons. Cons of genetically modified mosquitoes. For the critics of GMO mosquitoes, these Frankenstein creatures pose an unquantifiable threat that may not have appropriate checks and balances in nature. Here are some of their common complaints or concerns with genetically modified mosquitoes. Concerns that the GMO mosquitoes may carry or develop unknown pathogens that hurt humans. You see that? That's exactly what the brother was talking about. They tell you one thing, but hey, them damn mosquitoes might be carrying something else. Critics say that there has not been enough testing and observation of the GMO mosquitoes. Though the mosquito is an introduced species, native species are now reliant on these mosquitoes for their diet. So because they put so many out on a daily basis, now everything is dependent. All the other mosquitoes are dependent on what these mosquitoes carry. Concerns that the GMO mosquitoes may mutate into a stronger mosquito that can reproduce, which poses a whole new threat. Now, as the brother was speaking about earlier, in 2019 and 2020, what was the main thing that they kept pushing out or kept saying? It's a new strand. It's a new strain. Every other month they had something stronger, so you had to go in there and get a new dose or a new boost, you know, because it was mutating, so to speak. Is that not what happened with these mosquitoes? He says, despite claims to the opposite, a new type of mosquito, a GMO mosquito, will be added to the environment under the GMO plan. Only areas where humans are present need to be sprayed, which reduces insecticide impact. Wiki. Most pesticides have been ruled safe by government researchers. So why risk a GMO release? Now, they always say it's government approved or FDA approved, but when you read or years later after they approve it, you always hear something come behind it. For example, spraying them pesticides on the food, they'll say, what? This company that was spraying pesticides on this food, we found that after extensive research that these pesticides cause cancer. Then you'll see ads on the TV talking about call this number if you had anything that happened to you regarding this for a class action suit. So they do things without enough research when it ain't needed to be done in the first place, but they do these things rushing to try to save something that they actually created the problem for and end up making the problem worse in the end.
Hey, we have watched for a nation that cannot save us, man.
Right. They the base of men. We'll get into that later on because I got a good video to show at the end. But it says number 8, fear that despite the gene modification, some of the hatched GMO mosquitoes will survive to adulthood and breed. So they don't even want them to breed. They just want them to go out there and get rid of the disease. They don't want them to breed. Otherwise, what would be the point of the factory? You know, it's just like how they do seeds today. You know, you want to grow your corn or whatever. We talked to a brother not too long ago who's a farmer. And he said he has to buy his seeds every year because if he try to regrow from the seeds that actually that he had planted that year, that it won't produce as it's supposed to. So the same thing that they do with the seeds that grow the food is the same thing they do with these damn mosquitoes. They don't want them to breed. They just set it up where you can use it that one time and have to keep coming back to them.
Hey, which is why a lot of times when you go to a grocery store and you take the seeds out of the fruit that you bought from there, you bring it home, try to put it in your own soil. It's not going to really grow like that. You know, it might grow, but it's going to be a miniature version of it. Right. Or it might, as soon as the sun come out too strong, it might dry up and die.
Right. You know? That's wicked as hell, Esau. But that's why the Lord say they are the border of wickedness. Because we, as a nation of people, we don't think like that. Even though we are the smartest thinkers, we don't think on that level. Not that we can't, but we don't. Verse 9, number 9, it says the cost of producing GMO mosquitoes is too expensive and too time consuming. There are already numerous methods for destroying mosquitoes or protecting people from them, including the use of magnetic mosquito traps. So they do have multiple methods of trying to get rid of mosquitoes. They know how or what attracts them. So why not stick to those methods? Why would you go as far as trying to create them in a lab, injecting them with something or breeding them to this level to send them out into the world to go attack other mosquitoes? Think about that. I think we did an article a while back or did a class, and it was speaking on how they were creating mosquitoes as robots, little miniature robots, you know. But once again, we wanted to bring these things out to show you we must be mindful of what's actually going on. You know, you thinking that it's the foods that your people are eating or your kids are eating that actually have them acting a certain way. Yeah, that's true too. But think about what these folks are doing in these labs as well. They could be injecting them with all type of things through the mosquitoes to have them acting funny and acting strange, where they can't remember certain things or why they can't focus or why they always angry. Sending them straight through the mosquito. They say they putting it in the water. That's just one way. Or I got the Uber driver pulling up and releasing them at the red light. You know. But I wanted to bring this out as well because we talking about Bill Gates. And for those who don't know or haven't been in tune with what's going on, this man actually is in favor of or his mindset is that this earth that we live in right now is overpopulated. And he's been hell bent for a long time on trying to figure out a way to depopulate the earth. You know, in the 2020 incident was one way of them doing it. But if you paid any attention to what this man has been doing, he's been going around, especially in the United States, buying up a lot of different farmlands to open up more mosquito labs and other things that he got planned. But I'm gonna play this video just to show you where his mindset is. All right.
This is a very important question.
That is the man, Bill Gates, right there. For those who don't know,
To get right, because it was absolutely key for me. When our foundation first started up, it was focused on reproductive health. That was the main thing we did because I thought, you know, population growth in poor countries is the biggest problem they face. You've got to help mothers who want to limit family size have the tools and education to do that. And I thought that's the only thing that really counts. Well, then I came across articles that showed that the key thing you can do to reduce population growth is actually improve health. And that sounds paradoxical. You think, okay, better health means more kids, not less kids. Well, in fact, what parents are doing is they're trying to have 2 kids survive to adulthood to take care of them. And so the more disease burden there is, the more kids they have to have that high probability. So there's a perfect.
Now that right there is a lot. Nobody has kids with the mindset of, yeah, I want them to make it so they can take care of me when I'm old. Ain't nobody building a family for that. You know what I'm saying? But that's how they think.
Correlation that as you improve health, within a half generation, the population growth rate goes down. In fact, Hans Rosling here at this conference in 2 of my favorite speeches actually showed that unbelievable correlation that population growth has gone down. Today, where is there high population growth? It's in the places with the worst health conditions, northern Nigeria, northern India. And so the 2 problems go exactly hand in hand. If we improve health rapidly, we will get the peak population to be as much as 1 billion below the current expected peak. That is about 8.3 billion versus 9.3.
You see that? And he used smooth words right there, you know, because if you're not trained, if you're not aware of what he was saying right there, you would think, damn, that's very smart. Yeah, that'll work. Now, let me get Psalms 55 and 21 right quick. Psalms 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So though he's sitting there in his button-down shirt with his duck head socks on, with his penny loafers, you know, hey, and he's speaking very highly of himself and the things that he has discovered. War is in his heart. Now, we all have hit the highway. We've drove to see our family members. We went on vacation, and we see that it's an abundance of land out there that is not being occupied. But for some odd reason, this man believes that the earth is overpopulated. So his thought process is to focus on health. If we can teach these families or raise them up with a more healthy intellect, they will stop reproducing as much, because their mindset is, I'm trying to have 2 healthy kids that can make it to take care of me when I'm old. Nah. What he's saying is try to get rid of the people that don't look like him, that live in these poor countries. We need to figure out a way to get it done. And we can decrease in some of these countries from 9 billion to 8 billion, you know. But this is the mindset of Esau the Great, you know. I got something y'all want to add?
Yes, sir. I got the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. And when you look up that word churl, the synonym for that is another word for it is called beast. It says the instruments also of the churl, which means beast, are evil. He deviseth wicked device to destroy the poor. And he said, with lying words, even when the needy is creating an instrument of evil, man, is evil, wicked devices, you know, to depopulate the world. And like his scriptures say, it says, and with lying words, now he lying, I mean, he's saying it real smooth, not necessarily at this, well, he's lying to the degree where he said, well, it's not going to do any harm. It's actually doing a good thing in depopulating the earth. Really? Like you said, King, you got a bunch of land all over this United States, all over the world, but it's not having been occupied. So how the earth is overpopulated? How? You know, but according to this wicked devil, the earth is it needs to be depopulated and it's overpopulated. You know, according to him. And this is why we have to continue to watch out for his evil devices, man, his evil behavior. I got another one, King. We go right here to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we understand that he used that devices of mosquitoes manufactured in labs, GMO mosquitoes, to attack and kill the people. You know, and like you said back in Isaiah 32, saying with lying words, he said that they're using those mosquitoes as a way to vaccinate the people, but really he using those mosquitoes the way to kill people. You know, by injecting all type of diseases and illnesses inside those mosquitoes. In fact, they doing the same thing, like I said, King, to our brothers there in Colombia. They did the same thing to our people in Africa. And they had a big pig, a big pork, well, a pig, excuse me. They injected the pig with malaria, and they had a lab full of mosquitoes that went in and sucked the malaria out of the mosquito, out of the pig, and they let them loose. They captured the mosquitoes that got the malaria out of the pig, and they let those mosquitoes out on the people. Wow. And that's how a lot of, you know, and that's how a lot of people in Africa end up having malaria. You know what I'm saying? Just wicked as hell. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be ignorant of these devices of the wicked, man. Because liars, man. They're liars. All these tactics, different technology to take over our people, to kill off the population.
That's right. By their secret plots and popular persuasions. You know, hey, take any so-called regular person and try to put them up against Bill Gates and see which one are the people going to believe, Bill Gates or somebody else, right? You know, a lot of, just like it say in the scriptures, when you have money, people are going to listen to you, paraphrasing. You know, they're going to open their ear to you. But a poor man, when a poor man speaks, they close their ear, they shut it off. You know, he can speak a million lies, 1,000 big words, right? words you never, some words you had to pause the damn video and Google, you know. But you look at him as a profound individual, and he just straight up lying to you, you know, actually trying to kill you, but you love him because he spoke smooth words to you. That's why we can't be fooled by these damn words, man. You know,
that's right.
This Psalm chapter 64 and verse 2. Hide from me the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. So we asking the Lord to hide us from that secret counsel. You know, just like they got the they know how to make the mosquitoes reproduce once, the fruit reproduce once. What do you think? Like the brother asked the question earlier, what do you think they're trying to do to us? You think they actually are trying to see if they can help us to reproduce more? No.
Right.
All right. Verse 3, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, right? That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. You know, that's why they have dog whistling, right? They use secret code, right? They insinuate different things, right? He said something about doing an experiment on the poorest country. He said we know who has the most diseases, and a lot of those countries were darker skinned countries, you know, with a lot of our people in them. So really, they guess what? They got secret plots against our people. It says that they may shoot in them, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, and the perfect is the Israelites, right? Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an even manner. You see that? And they sitting on they on TED Talk, sitting on a red couch, talking to each other politely with a damn MacBook in their lap. You know,
right?
They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They got button downs on, so you think it's all right, but they encouraging each other to destroy your ass, Israel, to destroy the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They think it's okay, so they speak politely when they do that. You know, they speak words of so-called worldly wisdom when they do that, right? It says they commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see me? And they don't think you're going to see him. That's why they continue to do it in your face now. They don't think you see it. They think you too caught up in doing the crate challenge, or too caught up in the latest album that's come out, too caught up in the damn rap beefing, you know, too caught up in chasing the damn next dollar. That's what we caught up in as a people. So guess what? They say, who shall see me? They got you. They got a dollar bill on a damn fish hook in front of your face, right? They holding the damn fishing rod while you chasing after the damn dollar, and they damn pulling the strings. You know, it says, verse 6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. So they search this thing out for decades, man. And a lot of times you look on the Simpsons, you think these are prophecies. You think they just coming out and prophesy, oh, the Simpsons called everything. No, there was a plan. They telling you they damn plan.
Damn.
To your damn face. You know, it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. So just like you plan out a vacation, right? You plan out a family gathering. We're gonna gather up on the 4th of July. You got plans set up to represent the death of your forefathers on the 4th of July, and they got plans to destroy you, right, through medicines and damn witchcraft.
Hey.
And to destroy your kids on TV, man. Right? It says both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So their heart is deep, not in a sincere type of way, right? They don't think deep in a sincere way. They think deep on how can I kill this person that's working right next to me, you know? But that's how they do. You got it, bro.
Praise.
I'll
Bring out. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
I would just say this one thing. It's just like a serial killer. A lot of times, serial killer, they look up different ways of how to kill somebody. You know, they go online. Like a lot of times now, the cops or whoever, when they do the investigation, they found out this serial killer. They've been looking up ways to kill this person for months. You know, to put different, you know, maybe rat poison in their water. You know, let it sit and dissolve overnight and give it to them in the morning. You know, they've been looking at different ways to kill our people. And the same way our people look up to these heathens is the same, like Bill Gates and others. We trust every word they say. The same way our people look at Jim Jones at the time. You know, Jim Jones created that. He had put some poison inside the Kool-Aid and had everybody drink it. But he was a self-proclaimed preacher. You know, everybody looked up to him, and then everybody drank that Kool-Aid and died, man. That's the same way we look at Esau, man, trusting in Bill Gates and all of these crazy psychos.
Hey. Good point, King. Good point. Let me ring out one more precept, then we'll move to the last topic. All right, Psalms 52, verse 1. It says, "Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of God endureth continually. The tongue deviseth mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than speaking righteousness. Salah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thy deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place and root thee out of the land of the living." So that's going into Esau and to the wicked, because they love to do evil more than good. Lord said He gonna root them out of the earth, pluck them up out of the land of the living. You know what I'm saying? That's what's coming. That's the prophecy to come to Esau. You know, they gonna do their 1,000 years of captivity serving us. Then the Lord gonna wipe them off the planet. That's the patience of the saints. You know what I'm saying? According to Revelation 14:12. Those that keep the commandments. That's part of our patience of keeping the commandment. Because we know that our enemy gonna have to serve us and they're gonna be wiped off the planet. You know, but they are deceitful at all times. You know, it said, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good. That's evil as hell to try to genetically modify a mosquito, to create a mosquito to resemble or to act as a robot. You know, that's evil as hell. You know, but a lot of our people, without having this understanding, we would say that's pretty cool, because we've been indoctrinated to watch their movies, their TV shows, their cartoons and comic books, and we think that's cool. You know, nah, that's technology, man. That's science at its finest. Nah, that's wicked as hell. That's evil. You know, and while they telling us it's for the benefit of society, they actually moving in a deceptive manner. While they telling you one thing, they actually doing something else. Just like they were doing with the jab in 2020. They saying they were doing it to help you, but they was actually doing other things. They ain't gonna come out and tell you these things because they read the scriptures. Scriptures tell you don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. They ain't gonna tell you what they want, what they trying to do, because you wouldn't go for it then. You know what I'm saying? But if they tell you it's for your benefit, you're gonna jump on board the same way our people did down in Tuskegee, you know, during the experiment. So we would trust in their lying words more than what's actually going on. And they ain't gonna tell us the truth. It ain't in them to do so, you know. But that's all I had to bring out on this topic, though. Just wanted to make sure that our people is aware of what's going on, because the mosquitoes is out. It's summertime. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful of these things. All right.
And you know how
go ahead, King.
You know how our people, you know, a lot of us waking up in the last days, you know, we don't really want the GMO food, you know, the genetically modified food. But how you gonna say I don't want a genetically modified mosquito, you know, to bite you? You know,
Dang.
9 times out of 10, if you go outside, you know, you're gonna get bit by a mosquito sometime during the summertime. Sometime you're gonna get bit. But you can't say, okay, I don't want to be bit by a genetically modified mosquito. So they pushing GMOs on you at the same time anyway. But
So that means you gotta be, you gotta stay diligent, keeping these commandments and praying to the Most High daily, so that He protect you and keep you upright. You know what I'm saying? So that the things that the enemy throw at you won't harm you. You know what I'm saying? But this is the last topic right here. This one, we're gonna have a little fun with this one. All right. Let me see if I can rewind it a little bit. Is it on the screen? No, it is not. All right. This right here is let me see. It's called the Cooper Hill Cheese Rolling Wake. Check this out, man. I redo that. All right. See right here on the screen is this man rolling a roll of cheese down the hill. All right, check it out.
Sweet cheese.
You can't make this up, man. You see all them people out there? All these people are gathered around. I don't even know where the hell this is. This is in England. All right. They raced down 180, what is that, 180 meter long hill chasing an elusive wheel of double Gloucester cheese. So they chasing cheese down this big ass hill. And all these people out here gathered around. And these are the same individuals that's ruling over us, man. Think about that. People that's chasing the cheese down the hill, ruling over us.
Hey, you look at in that same video, that's how Israel chased cheese too.
Damn.
You know, when it come to money, we're just rolling down the damn hill. And rolling, going with the flow.
Jeez. Blind man. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know, trying to keep up with the foolishness of this earth, man. I mean, bro, this is crazy. I don't understand. You know, Esau, this is, you know, he don't go through anything. Because you don't see Jake doing no crazy crap like this, man. It's bad enough that we got to live in this nation that hate us, that's always harassing us, the police trying to shoot us. Hey, and then we try to shoot each other. We got too much to worry about in this place. But then Esau, by them not have to go through those risks in life for the fear of their life, they have to make up stuff to do, like bungee. You know what I'm saying? And now it's cheese rolling. Then they're going to take his own life for rolling behind some cheese, man. Hey,
Crap.
It's,
well, man, we gotta watch that again, man.
Crab cheese.
Yeah, brother.
I'm talking about they risking breaking their neck and everything just to chase after, not even to catch it, just to chase after, just to have fun. And you got people lined up on the side like they watching a game of golf or something. You know what I'm saying? They got the barrier, the fence up.
Hey, she saw out there. She saw. That was she saw. Women, men and women out there.
Look at his nut. He in his drawers right here.
And these
Let me get a precept right quick, man.
all right. That's it.
Let me go to Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 21. And Israel, if this don't piss you off right now, something wrong with you. You know, if your enemy, the one who ruling over you, who you walking on eggshells around at work, you know, they giving you the fake smile, they holding you at the bottom of society. If them chasing after cheese is funding them something worth taking a vacation trip across seas, overseas to do this, and it don't piss you off, something wrong with you. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 21, and it reads, "They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation." The Lord said, because we don't want to serve him, he going to provoke us to jealousy with a foolish nation. That's foolish as hell right there. They running down the side of a hill, risk of breaking a leg or arm, killing their damn self just to run behind a block of cheese. A block of cheese. And the Lord said he going to provoke us to jealousy. Think about this.
Brother, it's a wheel of cheese, brother.
Oh, my bad.
A wheel, bro. Man, come on, bro. And this is what Israel chased to be, like the brothers bringing out. We chasing out the money. We chasing out the money because we chasing behind Esau. We want to live like they live. We want to act like they act. And this will happen. Watch. Give us a couple more years. We'll be acting just like that, man. Doing crazy acts like that. Jake, right now, and he have his pants sagging. He'll be rolling down the hill with some cheese, man. Trying to be like his damn enemies, man.
Dang.
It's crazy. And
had to get a gold medal for it. Put it in the Olympics.
Man, don't lie, bro. Don't lie. Just give it a couple more years. You're right, King. He'll be right there at the Olympics, man.
Right.
You know, retard eat. Excuse me. I guess you can't say retard, but you get all the you know, saying Edomites that don't have nothing else to do, but you know, saying do stupid little sports like this. I don't even want to call it a sport, man. You know, but this these people, bro, these enemy of ours, man, they something else, man. I mean, these are people we vote into office. These are people that are ruling over us as a nation. They make the decisions over our life. You know what I'm saying? And now they the same people that's rolling down the hill with a block of cheese, man. And like, you know,
wheel, brother. It's a wheel. It's a wheel of cheese.
I'm sorry. A wheel of cheese. A wheel of curd cheese, man. Man, look, I got this precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 16. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. And said to thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble? That did kingdoms? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble? You know, that's shaking the nations? Is this the man right here that rolled down the hill with a block of cheese, man? With a wheel of cheese? I mean, man, it's ridiculous, man. Look at these people, man.
That's how their nation is falling too, rapidly.
That's right.
That's
Flipping
right.
over, falling on his neck, breaking ankles, all over cheese.
All over cheese. Just some foolish people, man.
Dang. Hey, let me get a precept right quick. And go to the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 5. It Says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valley, in caves of the earth. You mute your mic right quick, King. This Job chapter 30, verse 5. It says they were driven forth from among men, talking about Esau. They were the ones living in the caves and the rocks. It says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief, to dwell in the cliffs of the valley, in caves of the earth, and in rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, unto the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Talking about Esau once again, that they were living in the cliffs, in the caves of the mountains. And for those who don't know, when you look up or watch any movie, any cartoon, any damn thing regarding a caveman, you will never see an Israelite brother being a caveman. Watch the Simpsons show. I mean, not Simpsons, the Flintstones. You will never see a brother on that show. You know what I'm saying? Because we were not living in the caves. They know that they were living in the caves. That's Esau. You know, that wasn't the first man. That was just a man that was ran up into the caves to live, being fearful of being put to death. His people ran up into the mountains, into the hills, to the caves. So they were chased into the thing. And the Lord said in verse 8, Job 30 and 8, they were children of fools. Yeah, yea, children of base men. Base meaning the bottom of men, the weakest of men, the foolish of men, you know. But because of our disobedience as a nation of people, they are ruling over us. So the Lord took the base, the weakest, and put them over everybody because of our disobedience. This is why we are sitting here watching this video right now, Israel, because we are rebellious as a nation of people. But if it wasn't for that 1/3 that the Lord spared, preserved, we would have all been destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. So we pray and hope that you brothers and sisters learn something from tonight's class, realize what's going on in society today, and don't take it for granted, but pay attention and act accordingly, meaning keep these commandments and keep the faith. You know, do the things that are necessary on a daily basis, not when you feel like it, but on a daily basis because it's commanded. Stay obedient. Stay faithful to the Lord day in and day out, you know, because that's our job. That's our duty as Israelites, men and women and children, you know. But we pray once again that everybody learns something, and we appreciate everybody who tuned in and who will tune in, you know. But I'm your brother Ananias.
Brother Benaiah.
And your brother Yakub.
We are A.O.I, the Awakening of Israel. And once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai for the abundance of all things. But on that note, we say shalom, shalom, peace and greetings to you all, and we out.